guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we'll be reviewing an all-new smart doorbell. This here is by Wuuk. This here is the wired smart doorbell Pro. The unique thing about this particular doorbell is that it features an on-device facial recognition, as well as no mandatory storage fees with local storage. Now together we'll be unboxing it as well as trying it out, so if you guys wanted your own, check out the link down below in the description. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this here's our packaging, this here's our box, kind of showcases here on the front. So it says it's a wired smart doorbell Pro, easy home security solution for everyone, features AI technology, so it allows it to go ahead and do facial recognition on a local platform, of course, so it can go ahead and notify you if it does see somebody. Now this particular camera is a 2K camera, so that's cool to see, and it's a wired version, meaning it'll go directly to the power of the house. You don't have to worry about charging it, which is nice. Of course, it has its own little speaker that you plug in so you can go ahead and hear the doorbell wherever you're at. So it does feature 24/7 recording, 3MP HDR, Wi-Fi connection, motion detection, local facial recognition, local human detection, two-way audio, family sharing, and smart notification. This side here kind of showcases the app just a little bit, kind of gives you an idea exactly how it is. We previously reviewed different Wuuk products and they're all pretty good in terms of how it kind of connects. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so this here's everything that you get. So you get your user manuals, you have an accessory box over here. This will have some of the hard wires that we are required to go ahead and connect our particular camera. However, you can technically use the wires that you already have that are pre-existing. These are more extensions than anything. Now it also features, of course, our chime, essentially what creates that little sound. So this here is going to have a universal adapter on the back, so based on where you're at, they'll give you the correct piece. This one here being for the United States, go ahead and plug that in. Should just kind of lock in there, just like that. And yeah, nice quality material right here. Does have a speaker here as well. Of course, you can go ahead and chime with that. It does have a sync button to go ahead and connect to it. Other than that, pretty straightforward in terms of that goes. So satisfying. So some first thoughts, surprisingly it's a lot skinnier than I was imagining. These things are generally very bulky and very thick. Now it does not only has one camera pointing outwards, it doesn't have anything for like package detection, something cool that we've seen in some previous products, but again, very simple and very nice and isn't essentially intimidating as the doorbell goes. This here's our button to ring the doorbell, and besides that, I mean, it's actually a very clean cut design, very classy and very professional. Now on the back side here, you'll see a few different things. Of course, you have your two power ports here, so you go ahead and connect that to the wires, and then we have our sync button here as well. And then if you kind of look about, we do have a little slot here. This will house our micro SD card port, so technically we can store our data on this just off of that, so it doesn't need its own hub station or anything of that nature. And then you do have a USB port to go ahead and connect to it as well. Let's go ahead and connect this thing next and see what this thing can do. Alright, so we're outside here. I have my old doorbell. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing off. You can see it's even like cracked in the middle. That does not look good at all. So let's go ahead and swap this thing out. Alright, so I went ahead and removed it off the wall there. You can see the two cables. It's actually the same way of connecting it to here. It's just replacing those two, and just going to go ahead and mount it up on the wall. Pretty simple other than that. Now at this point, instead of just directly mounting it on the wall, I'm going to go ahead and connect to it first because all the buttons are on the back in terms of syncing it goes. Alright, so it's officially been paired. So now I can go ahead and tuck in my wire. Cool. And if I hit continue here, I can go ahead and name it. So for now, let's name it Conflicts and hit get started. Alright, let's go ahead and pair the chime next. Alright, so we're all finally set and ready to go. So this here is our main hub of our app. You can see our dashboard here. Now we previously reviewed some of the other things, including cameras as well as the doorbells, but this one here is actually showing on the top as terms of live feed goes. So if I simply click on play, it'll show the buffering and it'll give us a nice live readout of exactly what is happening in real time. Hey guys, now I can simply hit record and this will go ahead and start recording the video, kind of showcase exactly what is happening, which is pretty nice overall. And then if I hit snapshot, it'll actually take a quick picture there and add it to my album. Now I can also talk through it as well. So if I go ahead and okay. Hello. How's it going? Can I help you? So it's actually got a surprisingly good amount of volume in terms of that wise. If I hit on tone here, I can actually change it. So if I do female, let's try this. Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That's so cool. Yeah, this here's mail. Hello. What's up? Can I help you? So that's kind of cool that it does kind of change in terms of the quality of the audio goes. Now you do have some pre-saved phrases. For instance, we will be right there.
Just a second. We will be right there.
So that's cool too. So they do have these different ones here that you can simply click and just use it like that.
You can just leave it. Thanks.
So that's nice that they do have these different things. You have your volume control, obviously, where you can simply hear the volume of what's going on. Hit mute, on. So kind of up to you on how you want to do that. You have an alarm function. So that's cool too. You have your quality playback that you can technically save it based on if you're trying to save storage. And yeah, that is that in terms of being able to control it. We can make a bigger screen as well, and then you have your different features there as well. If I hit stop recording, I can actually go to my album and see the video. And yeah, I mean, it's actually got a pretty good feedback in terms of quality goes. So you can always save that and just check it out later. So that is that in terms of the actual doorbell itself. Now the quality of this actually looks really cool. You do have your illuminating light as well as your camera right there with an indicator light. You can technically control that and then customize it. So if I click on this here, you have your facial recognition mode. So this is neat too. Your different recording modes. So you have continuous modes or event only. Your cloud service that you can technically choose a plan based on what you're looking for. Watermark, time format, motions. So the nice thing about this is you can create your own detection zone. So being this is this, I can click on plus and create a little detection zone just like that. And then from there, you can create essentially notifications to detect if it's a human and different things like that. Now, besides that, you have your different sounds. So I can record a sound. You have your notifications. And then you have your sleep mode, which you can technically, kind of disable certain things. Your indicator light, your devices, your illuminated ring button, lots of different features in terms of what you can do with it. All right, and then so the next thing I want to showcase is actually the onboard facial recognition. Now, if I go ahead and click on settings right over here, I can click on facial recognition. Now, over here, it showcases different face profiles that you can add. So these here are specific unnamed ones that are recognized throughout the time. However, you can upload your very own. So I uploaded mine, which is conflicts right over here. So if it does see this, it'll actually recognize me and give a specialized greeting. Now, technically you can create your own, or you can make your very specific one based off of a microphone or even text to sound. So for instance, this one here, if I go to text to sound, I can say something like, "Hey conflicts, welcome back." And then from there, if it sees me,
Hey, conflict. Welcome back.
just like that, it said, "Hey conflicts, welcome back." Now, if I happen to change my identity, I can actually go to sentry mode here and essentially create a specific sound if it recognizes a stranger. So in this case here, I can do a current sound, I can do a microphone or convert to text to sound, or download something from Wuuk in which I wrote stranger danger. Watch this.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Stranger
And then if I put my glasses back on,
Stranger danger. Hey, conflict. Welcome back.
it worked just perfectly. So that's absolutely mind-blowing. Now, the nice thing about this is that it allows you to go ahead and essentially create different customizations based on different people that you see. So you can recognize your father, your mother, your wife, whatever. It's entirely up to you, which is absolutely cool. Now, one thing I want to showcase is actually the local storage. Now, I went ahead and put a micro SD card in there. Once you put that in there, you go on settings, you can click on SD card here, and then you can go ahead and format it specifically for this. list. Now if I click on events, it'll actually go ahead and save them over here. So if I go to the most recent one, which I just clicked here, I can click on play, and then I can actually see this back and play back real time, and it even showcases what time it was set up at. So this is great because one, it'll showcase if it's a human, motion, different things like that. So overall, that's pretty cool because one, it's got a local storage built into it, so you don't really have to worry about it being in the cloud or purchasing any unnecessary on-cloud storage. Now the chime itself will be connected to your house, of course, which they have different chimes. So if I go inside the house here, you can actually see our chime kind of connected right over here. If I click on ding dong, you can hear that. You have different ones as well from like Christmas. So this is kind of nice too. So if I click on Christmas, so that's actually pretty cool that you can technically customize the different sounds based on your own personal liking. And you simply press this button here and it'll actually go ahead and play that sound just like that inside the house. So overall, pretty darn cool. So yeah, that is that in a nutshell. Overall, a really cool design, simple, very easy to use, and very user-friendly in terms of app goes. Now, one thing I do like about the Wuuk is that the fact that there's so many different things that you connect to it. So you have, you know, your cameras, your base station, and then your tilt and pan camera. So there's a lot of different things that you can do overall. Now, if I click on events here, I can actually see certain events from the history on my phone here. So if I click on like this one here, this is from today, it'll actually like replay it and different things like that based on how it's working. Now you have your security mode. So if I click on the doorbell here, I can change different modes based on what I'm doing. So you have your work mode, wedding mode. Well, that's interesting. So it's kind of up to you on how you want to do it. And then of course you have your app, which allows you to go ahead and change your subscription plan, permissions, stuff like that. So quick comparison between the Ring and then the Wuuk doorbell. Now, I will have to say they both are very different, mainly one for the fact that I've had Ring for quite some time. Obviously with the system itself, there is some quite lag, and then the quality of it isn't that great, especially like how the button's kind of ripping there. I do like this one particularly, maybe because of the fact that it does have a very futuristic vibe. Again, this here seems a little bit more elegant, but again, this is very clean, very professional looking, and just kind of gives it a little bit more better appearance in terms of being a smart doorbell. Now, other than that, I mean, between the two, the app integration with the Wuuk is significantly easier than the Ring. I feel like the Ring was a little bit more complicated overall. Then again, the fact that it is a little bit of an outdated system. Wuuk definitely does utilize the fact of the AI system, as well as being able to go ahead and program it which way you like, which it makes it significantly more user-friendly. Now, besides that, I would highly recommend it, and yeah, kind of gives you an idea between the two in terms of what they're capable of doing. Now, again, if you're looking for a nice security doorbell that's both smart and elegant and is actually wired, this is a great way to go, mainly because of the fact that it's super easy to use and really simple overall. Now, with that said, if you guys had any questions about the doorbell, feel free to comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.